Welcome to this episode of Basement Gas. Today we are going to be looking at the top 10 lists of things that Tool fans should and probably do appreciate. My name is Jack, and as some of you may know, I have a serious case of gas. First of all, I would like to say a big thank you to everybody who has supported the channel up till now. And if you like this video and other videos that I've done, please subscribe, like the video. It shows me additional support and keeps me driving on to keep making videos like this, if that's what you want. So anyway, let's get straight to the top 10 list.
Number 10.
One does not simply listen to Tool. You experience Tool.
Number 9.
That very moment when you're at a live gig and they start playing. I have had the privilege of seeing Tool live twice. Back in 2007 when they were doing their 10,000 Days tour here in Europe, and also this year when they played at Rock im Park in Nuremberg. And they played two songs from the new album, Fear Inoculum, and both times is just an unforgettable experience. If you've ever seen them live, you know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, do whatever you can to try to see them at least once. I have actually met people who have flown up from South Africa all the way here to Germany to see Tool live. Now that's dedication. And if you can't do that, well, you know, listen to the albums. It's still a wonderful experience, but if you can see them live, do what you can, because it's definitely worth it. It's something that I will never forget.
Number 8.
Billy Howerdel. Now, some of you may know him as the guitarist from A Perfect Circle, but he also used to be Adam Jones's guitar tech. Now, specifically, it was during the time of the Enema recording as well as the Enema tour. Billy Howerdel obviously went on to form A Perfect Circle and invited Maynard to do the vocals on the first album, and since then they've been going strong together, releasing their newest record, Eat the Elephant, last year. I saw A Perfect Circle live last year, also an unforgettable experience. If you're a Tool fan and you do not know A Perfect Circle, which I doubt, but there might be some of you, check them out. They're a fantastic band. You've also got James Iha in there from Smashing Pumpkins. It's a great super group, you almost could say, but the founding person was Billy Howerdel, Adam Jones's guitar tech.
Number 7.
I think a lot of us that are here are guitarists and obviously Tool fans, so I think we can all agree in saying that the 1979 Gibson Custom Shop Silverburst is the most beautiful guitar ever made.
Number 6.
Tool albums have to be grown into. This may sound strange. They're not your typical radio station pop band, you know, where you hear the song and you're thinking, oh, this is going to be a #1 hit. Now, in all fairness, Fear Inoculum was a #1 hit this year.
I'll get to that point later.
But as I said, Tool albums are something that you have to really listen to and appreciate over a long time frame. I'll give you an example. It was only about 2 years ago that I really started to love Jambi. Now this album, 10,000 Days, came out in 2006. That's 13 years ago. So back then it was 11 years. It took me almost 11 years to really start to love and appreciate Jambi. If anybody's had this experience as well, then please share your insights, because I don't want to feel alone here. But sometimes it just takes a while to really appreciate certain Tool songs.
Number 5.
Their newest album, Fear Inoculum, was worth the 13-year wait. Right? It was worth the wait, right? Yeah, it was worth the wait. Yeah, it was worth it.
Number 4.
Being able to tell everyone that Tool's new album, Fear Inoculum, beat Taylor Swift's new album, Lover, in the Billboard charts. Now, I'm not bad-mouthing Taylor Swift. No hate whatsoever. She's very popular, she's a wonderful singer, she's very talented, she's a great artist, musician, whatever you want to call it. she's obviously got something. She's got that something. But Tool are Tool, and they have more than just something. My point really being that Tool was number one, and it kind of gave me that little bit of extra faith in humanity again, where there are people who also appreciate that kind of music. So let's keep the Tool army going strong.
Number 3.
9, 8, 7. Fibonacci. Spiral Out. Need I say more?
Number 2.
Top 50s lists. Now, if we look at Justin Chancellor, Danny Carey, Adam Jones, and Maynard James Keenan, they show up quite often in top 50 or top 20 lists in their field. If we look at Danny Carey, for example, he was rated by Loudwire as number 5 of greatest drummers of all time. He was ahead of Ginger Baker and just behind Dave Lombardo. Also in a comparison, he was rated number 4 by Louder Sound and number 7 by Metal Sucks. Justin Chancellor got position number 14 in Loudwire's list of greatest metal bassists of all time, just ahead of John Paul Jones and behind Alex Webster from Cannibal Corpse. Maynard James Keenan was positioned at number 24 by Loudwire in their greatest metal and rock frontmen of all time, just ahead of Ian MacKaye from Minor Threat and behind Ian Gillan from Deep Purple. Adam Jones was rated number 37 in Loudwire's greatest metal guitarists of all time, ahead of Jerry Cantrell and just behind Kim Thayil from Soundgarden. Adam Jones was also rated 9th by Blabbermouth in their greatest metal guitarists of all time, ahead of Kerry King and behind Zakk Wylde. Now that is impressive. So if we actually look at top albums from the entire band as one unit, Rolling Stone rated Enema as number 18 in their best metal albums of all time. And also Lateralis showed up in Loudwire's greatest metal albums of all time, positioned at number 11. All in all, I think Tool may be a little bit underappreciated when it comes to these kind of lists, but still, they're up there. And we as the Tool Army, we're the ones that count, and we appreciate them, and they're always going to be number 1 on our lists. Well, Adam Jones certainly is. Before we get to number 1, we also have a bonus. Now, as some of you may know, Adam Jones is a very talented special effects artist. Not only has he played a major role in all of Tool's music videos, especially when it came to stop motion in things like Sober and Stinkfist and Enema, Parabola, he has also worked on a lot of major blockbuster movie titles, including Jurassic Park, Terminator 2, Judgment Day, Dances with Wolves, Ghostbusters 2, A Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child, A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. If you also follow Adam Jones on Instagram, you've probably already discovered that his wife is a very talented painter / artist.
Number 1.
So we've reached number 1, and there was only one option for me, and that was Bill Hicks. If you don't know who Bill Hicks is, he was an American stand-up comedian in the 80s and 90s, had a very strong following in the early 90s, and he sadly passed away in 1994. I discovered him roughly 1 year before I discovered Tool. When I opened up the Enema album for the first time, I saw his picture inside, and that really blew my mind. And when I started hearing songs like Third Eye, where you could also hear his voice, it really built up an additional connection for me. I've been a huge Bill Hicks fan for a long time, and for me, I consider him a dead hero. And I would have loved to have known what he would say about today's society, about social media, about the regimes that are ruling the earth. He will be missed. One of my favorite quotes from him was, "Watching television is like taking black spray paint to your third eye." So there we can see already there's the third eye connection that Tool incorporated into their album. Finally, my favorite quote from him of all time was, "I believe that there is an equality to humanity. We all suck." I couldn't have said it better. Anyway, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. It shows me, again, support. And if I've missed anything out that you think that should have been in this top 10 list, please write it down in the comments below. Otherwise, my name is Jack, and I still have a serious case of gas. Have a nice day, have a nice week, and have a nice weekend.